Well, thank you so much, Ewan. Now, you know, road safety refers to the measures and the methods of reducing the risk of a person using the road network being killed or seriously injured. Now, I was lucky enough to chat to the MEC Robin Carlisle. He's the Minister for Transport and Public Works about the new speed over distance cameras and exactly how that can help us on the road. So let's go take a look.
Because road safety is important to all of us, Kia met Minister Robin Carlisle, the MEC of Transport and Public Works in the Western Cape.
Now, MEC, there was a new way of speed enforcement that was tested over the festive period on the road between Aberdeen and Beaufort West. How successful was that project?
It looks like that we've reduced speed compared to this time last year, or the incidence of speeding, by about 50%. There's no doubt about a difference.
Now, is this a sign of things to come?
Yes, I think very much so. Okay, one is it seems to have this effect on people that brings their speed profile down. And bear in mind, what we want is we want people to drive at speed limits. We don't want to catch them speeding. It enables us to use our very slender resources of traffic law enforcement people very much more strategically. Okay, so we can cover greater distances and get more information and get more impact out of fewer policemen.
Now, coming out of 2010 with a death toll of about 297 over the festive period, and then it declined in 2011, also over the festive time, to about 197. Now, how successful was the Western Cape campaign that rolled out, and how does it link up with national figures?
I mean, first of all, let me say that we continue to have a decline. Bear in mind, our figures are very accurate because they are done on the mortuary body counts. For the month of December, we had 139 fatalities in the Western Cape compared to the same period in the previous month. Whilst that was very much better than national, because national went up and we went down, I was frankly very disappointed. We were going well for January, and we will still come in below last year for January, but today, with 15 people dead in 3 accidents, 3 totally unnecessary accidents, 3 accidents brought about in every case by gross irresponsibility. Without that, we would have come in very much better for January. We will still be below last year, but not as much as I would hope. While we're doing much better than the rest of the country, we're not doing well enough.
Now, MEC, the new traffic demerit system will be implemented later on in this year. Do you think that will create a positive impact on our roads and also road users?
No, because it was implemented on a trial basis in Tshwane and Johannesburg, and it was a complete shambles. We do not want auto down here, and I don't think any part of South Africa wants auto until it gets its act together, okay? And its act is very, very far from being together. So, is auto a good system? Yes, outstanding. But it can only work if you have the best possible systems and truly outstanding staff, and you need thousands of them all over the country. Only then can it work. And to rush it is going to be counterproductive. It's going to be bad for road safety, not good for road safety. And my overall message to everybody is that we all have a responsibility to get ourselves and our loved ones safely home. And we have an equal responsibility not to do anything that would prevent somebody else from getting safely home.
I have to say, some interesting footage there, and definitely something that we should remember when we are on our travels and trying to be extra safe when driving on the roads. Now, this morning I'm joined by the Chief Director for Transport Regulation, Yasir Achmed, and he is here to answer your questions. You can give us a call on 08391 33728. Good morning, Yasir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Kia. Thanks for having me.
Now, tell me, if you look at the road safety and national statistics, you know, what are we looking at right now, currently?
Kia, it's actually frightening to know that in South Africa, on average, we have annually about 14,000 people dying on our roads. And South Africa, in relation to the number of cars we have on our roads, is probably one of the unsafest countries to drive around on our roads. What is of particular concern to us is also the number of pedestrians that are dying on our roads. And here, we are concerned about drunk driving, drunk pedestrians walking where they're not supposed to be walking, pedestrians who ignore the road signs, ignore a red signal for them not to walk, and of course also simple drivers and passengers not wearing their seatbelts.
Yeah. So in essence, people who are jaywalking as well, those are, because, one always thinks just about drivers themselves, but pedestrians, you say, as well, are those that are to blame at times for some of the accidents that are caused. And if you look at, over the festive season, we actually had a bit of a reduction in the Western Cape region from quite a high number to, I think it was about 20% less in this year. And tell us, how exactly did that roll out? Because I believe you started a campaign with regards to that.
Yes, in South Africa, we've actually focused for a number of years on a program called Arrive Alive, and I think people probably know about Arrive Alive. In the Western Cape, we have a program which was introduced by our MEC, Robin Carlisle, called Safely Home. And with the Safely Home program, what we've tried to achieve was just to pull all of the role players together, because there are a lot of people, a lot of authorities doing excellent work, but that work was being done in silos. And what the Safely Home program has achieved is just to pull all of those energies together. We focused on engineering solutions, enforcement solutions, and also educating the public on what they should do to contribute towards making our roads safer. And we've achieved good results. As you've said, we've reduced road fatalities in the Western Cape by about 24% over 4 years.
Wow. Okay. Now, we've actually got a caller on the line, Elliot. He'd like to ask us a question. Good morning, Elliot. What is your question for the Chief Director this morning?
Morning, Kia. Morning, Yasir.
Hi.
I've got a bit of an interesting question. I've always been wondering about it. I tend to work very late in the evenings. So let's say I stop at a robot at 1 o'clock in the morning. Is it then legal to go over that robot, or do I have to wait for it to turn green?
I actually like that question, I have to say, because I'm a female, and for me, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I come into the show here at 4 o'clock. So, it's quite dangerous driving that time of night and stopping and someone sort of walking past wanting to do something to you at the traffic lights. Are you allowed to just carry on and sort of treat it as a yield sign?
Well, Elliot, if you're working until very late at night and you approach a red traffic signal and you believe that that it is safe for you to proceed and that there may be a danger for you, if you see somebody lurking in the dark or somebody close to the robot just standing around and loitering, and you believe that that poses a danger to you, if you do stop, that you may be hijacked, then it is permissible for you to proceed.
Fantastic.
Of course, if there's a camera and you are caught on the camera, then you can use that as in court to say that there was sufficient reason to your mind that you needed to proceed.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for your call, Elliot. Have a wonderful day.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
excellent. I have one more question. If we wanted to look at the stats themselves, who do we term a bad driver?
That's an interesting question. We do, as part of the Safely Home program and as part of the national focus on road safety, and Kia, can I just also say, road safety has become an international problem. In fact, what the United Nations has identified is that we have to focus on road fatalities and road safety with as much vigor and energy as we did with HIV/AIDS. And that is why the United Nations in 2011, on the 22nd of May, on the 11th of May, launched what is called the United Nations Decade of Action for Road Safety. And that initiative is drawing in a number of very high-profile figures to focus specifically on road safety. Now, if we look at the national statistics as well, international statistics, we should be treating road safety as a national catastrophe.
That's right, yeah.
And we should be putting a lot more money into educating people about road safety.
And the stats, if you're looking at it in terms of age groups, what is your sort of, I would say, most or highest age group of those that are injured on a daily basis or on a yearly basis on our roads?
Well, I don't think it will come as a surprise that young men between the ages of 18 to 25 specifically.
Between 18 and 25,
yes,
right.
are the greatest danger on our roads, unfortunately. Now, unfortunately, I'm just outside of that age category.
Okay.
But we have found with the statistics that we are collecting, and we are collecting as much data as we possibly can, but trying to transform that data into intelligence so that we know who to focus our messages on. And young men between the ages of 18 and 25, especially driving drunk, is a big danger on our roads.
Okay. Yasir, thank you so much. I believe there are telephone numbers that people can also call, and of course the website that you can go to. I think those might be up on the screen right now. And of course, people can go to the Safely Home website as well to find out more. Now, Katlego has been chatting to JWT. Now, they are the oldest advertising agency in South Africa, talking about the hottest trends for 2012. Over to you, Kat.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.